Number 7 says the annual snowfall over the past 50 years is represented in the box plots below. So that last problem took a while because we had to make the box plots ourselves, put it in the calculator. So this one's kind of nice because the box plots are actually already made for us. So we just have to look at the two and kind of figure out what each box plot is saying. So remember that, let's first of all kind of identify some things. Remember that the middle line here, the middle line of the box represents the median. So if I wanted to know the median, it looks like that falls maybe about 175. And again, what this is that this is snowfall at 2 different ski resorts. So over time. So some winters it snowed a lot, maybe it snowed a little. So what's kind of typical for Powder Valley versus what's typical for Mad Mountain? If we want to look at Mad Mountain, the median, it looks like it falls right here's the middle of this box, and then if we drop that down, looks like it drops down to 225. So let's say the median here is equal to 225. Well, the question, and let's kind of look at this box, it says the mean snowfall for Powder Valley is greater than Mad Mountain. Well, one thing that and maybe we didn't mention this in the last problem, is that box plots, they tell you the median, they tell you the minimum. Let's maybe look at our diagram over here. They tell you the median, they tell you the minimum, they tell you the maximum, right, like the biggest number. But one thing that it does not tell you is that it doesn't tell you the mean. It doesn't tell you the average, right? So there's no mention of the average because you need to know every single little data point. I don't know how much it snowed each year at these places. We just know what the most snowfall, the least snowfall, the median, but we don't have year by year information on the snowfall here. So what we cannot do is we cannot say that we know anything about the mean. And again, our explanation for that is that box plots do not give you information regarding the mean. Box plots do not give you the mean since we don't know the individual data points. Because to find the average, you have to add them all up and divide by the number that's there, right? Well, I don't know what it snowed each year for these places, so we can't say that we know the mean since we don't know the individual data points, which would be, I'll put in parentheses here, how much it snowed each year. We know snowfall over time, over this 50-year time period, but it doesn't tell us anything about in 2002 it snowed 52 inches. We don't know that information. The second question says the median snowfall for Powder Valley is greater. Well, let's take a look. The median snowfall for Powder Valley is 175. The median for Mad Mountain is 225. Well, that would be false because the median for Mad Mountain is 225, and that's inches of snow. 225 inches as compared to 175 inches at Powder Valley. And then the last question says the interquartile range of snowfall for Powder Valley is greater than Mad Mountain. Well, what the interquartile range represents, kind of a weird thing to say, but the interquartile range is a fancy way of saying what is the width of the box. What it's this distance right here. So it would be from Q3 minus Q1. Like I said, it's the width of the box, or you can think of it, or the length of the box. So if I wanted to know this distance, well, Q3 is 300, and then Q1 is 100. So the length of this box, 300 minus 100, would be 200. So for Mad Mountain, we'll say that Mad Mountain, the Q3 minus Q1, which would be 300 minus 100, would be 200. And then for Powder Valley, our Q3 minus Q1. Let's see what it is for Powder Valley. So it looks like this would be 250, and then this would be 125. So 250 minus 125 would be 125. So 250 minus 125 would be 125. And I think the problem said Powder Valley had the greater interquartile range. Well, no, Mad Mountain does, so that's false. Now, who cares? What's the point of this? What we want to look at, what this question's kind of after, is at least within the context of the snow here, is that which one is maybe more consistent. It goes back to the Pizza Hut question, the toppers question, and the second question there, which was, which one do you see a wider spread? So what this means is that Powder Valley, you see that the length of the box is much shorter, as are the whiskers. So what that means is that Powder Valley is less susceptible to extreme conditions, where it's either a blizzard or there's no snow at all, which is what happened to Mad Mountain. You know, one year they didn't get any snow, and then one year they got a ton of snow. And so you see this kind of wider range, so there's more variability, meaning that if we're looking for consistency, it seems like Powder Valley is more consistent, whereas Mad Mountain, who knows, maybe one year it doesn't snow at all, and then the next year it's a blizzard. So that's why we would be interested in that number, is again, we're looking at how consistent, how dependable, what's the variability like for snowfall at Powder Valley as compared to Mad Mountain. So Mad Mountain definitely has the wider swings from blizzard to no snow at all. So we would say that Mad Mountain has the greater interquartile range. So Mad Mountain has a greater interquartile range. I'm just going to abbreviate that. Mad Mountain has a greater interquartile range, suggesting that snowfall there is less consistent. Less consistent or dependable. So it's not to say that it doesn't snow, because it snows, but it's just that some years it's a blizzard, sometimes it doesn't snow at all. So that's where we're saying about, consistency or dependability, is that we see that more with Powder Valley than we do Mad Mountain. All right, so let's go ahead and stop here. Try number 7 on the right side, and then we should be all done.